Hello there and welcome to Corey Loses, where today we're going to be starting a brand new preview playthrough in Empire or Expanded Fall of the Republic 0.7. So this isn't super deep into the development of 0.7. As a team, we're mostly focusing on getting the next version of Thrawn's Revenge out. We're pretty happy with where Fall of the Republic is sitting for the moment, so we think we're okay just giving it a little bit of time and then deciding which way we want to go with certain things. But there are some changes that have been made, some new mechanics to show off during the playthrough. Hopefully have the new Providence model to show off during the playthrough. The model's done, the texture isn't. But yeah, so we are going to be playing as the Confederacy of Independent Systems, since we've played as the Republic pretty recently. We're going to play on the medium-sized GC on Admiral, but we're going to start in Era 3. Because everything we've done so far has been in Era 2, I'm pretty sure. And it does take a while to get actually through the eras, so it's not rare to finish the game in the same era you started in. But yeah, so there's some new stuff to show off with ground, including a basic implementation of the new field-based mechanic, which we're going to look at in this episode. But yeah, so let's get started. For those of you who primarily watch the playthroughs or haven't been keeping up with the development of the mod, this is also going to be the first playthrough on the channel that has all the space reworks and everything, so that's exciting as well. After the unfortunate mess with the Jedi at Geonosis, the time has come for the Confederacy to reveal ourselves. Master Yoda's complacency has allowed the evil of the Republic to fester for far too long, and it's high time the galaxy be rid of its stench. So we're going to turn Cruel AI on before our heroes spawn. Shit. I think I got it. The actual button state doesn't matter, just that you press it. So, so the reason for that is because we actually added some extra garrison forces to important planets. So when you're invading Coruscant, there'll hopefully always be a decent battle waiting for you. So it makes it a bit harder to rush some of the early planets that are important for the AI. And because, like, if you're invading Coruscant, you want a big battle. But when you switch the AI using the Cruel AI thing, it actually activates those units and just makes them into regular units the AI can use, which kind of defeats the purpose and can get kind of crazy. So yeah, we're hopefully made it past that timer. But yeah, so the other thing I will say is with all these preview playthroughs that I do, for people who are channel members on YouTube, Twitch subscribers on Twitch, including the use of the Amazon Prime free sub, or patrons on Patreon, which is a site where you can voluntarily financially support creators you enjoy, they have the option to name a ship in the playthrough. So all these duplicated items on the toolbar, these are all named upon request from different patrons. So yeah, if you are interested in getting a named unit in the playthrough, and again, this is just for the playthrough, there's a link in the description to all those things, whether you want to do Patreon, Twitch, YouTube, if you would like to get in on that. So anyways, we are going to get started. I've mixed a few of the patron units into the starting forces. Let's just unpause this quickly. And we'll quickly survey our Galactic setup. I think what we'd want to do is attack Mon Calamari earlier than later, ideally. But let's get Pamont up to a Dreadnought shipyard. Another thing that could pop up in this playthrough is redone station models. So the shipyard models have been in the mod forever, and they definitely need some work. So the models have been redone. That's another thing where I'm starting on the texture for the small one. I'm almost done with the light frigate shipyard texture, and the heavy frigate shipyard will be after that, then capital. But we're also changing how those work a little bit. So we'll see how they get implemented in the short term. But we want to get some economy going. Empress Tita is probably a good planet for that. Cadonia Moidia is definitely a good planet for that. So let's get mines there. Let's get... oh, we already have that there. Maybe Duro... no, let's get Tina. There. We'll do Mechas as well. We'll sell the light frigate ship, or the light factory there. And nope, we want that. We're just going to spend all of our early money on the economic stuff. Almost Corey, it's going to be in the background. So ooh, that's going to be a good amount of credits. So let's do that. Turbo lasers are usually a decent thing to sell if you're looking for early cash. If you feel like you're not going to get invaded somewhere, or if you don't care that much about losing a particular planet. Geonosis. Well, Geonosis and Hypori we probably want to be factories because they're going to turn into kind of hot spots here. So let's actually spend some of this money on some ion cannons. And eventually the ion cannons will be replaced with... ion cannons and HV guns will be replaced with more appropriate things for the faction. This is right now. That wasn't really a priority. What else do we want to get early? Well, let's build Fire Blossom. And I do have the Dreadnought versions of the Providence and Recusant unlocked for the patron ships, not the regular ones, because I figured may as well. But yeah, let's unpause there. And maybe we'll combine this Mintuine fleet. And we can at least try to take... some of the... We're going to try to take Mon Calamari. And we'll get you over there. As you can hear, there's been some more CIS voices implemented. The Republic tended to have more of them done for the last release. But yeah, we are looking to add a couple more heroes in... What did we get? Okay, not a mission yet. But yeah, so we're looking to add a couple heroes, a couple units for the next release. We'll probably start getting into more content expansion. But let's see. Okay, yeah, they don't actually have that much here.
Choose your reinforcements.
Countdown started.
So the provinces, we've also got Bumble's Bounce, Diamond, Fatality, our other Diamond, Recticusant, and Autobot. Then we'll put Welsh Dragon in. Alright, now I'll close that, because no one wants to look at that. But yeah, so this is the first playthrough we've done on the channel in Fall of the Republic with the space reworks. So space combat tends to feel a lot better now. If you've been playing the mod yourself, then you'll have some experience with that. But yeah, so one thing that hasn't changed with that is the structure combat power, where they are a bit more prone to retreat currently. So that might be something that we play with a bit more. Because they weren't going to be winning that one, but at least they probably could have done some damage if they stuck around. But the other thing is the AI doesn't really understand the difference between preserving their actual forces and other forces. But let's get started with a ground battle and take a look at field bases. So we want to add more ways to have ground feel a bit more dynamic. Because space is good for very localized conflict. You send the two giant sides against each other, and then it just kind of is what it is. But on ground, and this is going to be a bit expensive right now. On ground, we're trying to add a few more elements of skirmishy type battles to them without making them take a lot longer. So stuff like the victory condition, the victory point condition, which we are going to expand more on, can help with that. But we've also added these field bases where every landing zone comes with a build pad for these, and there's 3 types right now. There's going to be like basically 3 core types between all factions in the mod, and then there'll be some faction specific types. Some factions will have them work a little bit different than others, especially in Thrawn's Revenge. But yeah, so we can build the military field base, the support field base, and the guerrilla field base. Let's, for this one, build the support field base. So these, one of their functions is just to act as a bunker, but they also give you different units in the battle, so especially infantry. So it's another way for us to make infantry a bit more important, because we can allow for things to require infantry without being worried about either screwing over the player or the AI, because there's always going to be a way to get more infantry in the battle. If you are able to control different points on the battlefield, you'll have access to more units. And it also makes some of the chores of like ground force management on the Galactic map less of an issue. Alright, so you can see here with this support one, this is just a placeholder model, but we have 2 squads with a repair droid in it. They can repair your infantry. They can for the CIS, repairing infantry and repairing your vehicles is going to be done by the same one, but for other factions, for the Republic, it'd be you'd have a medic and you'd have a repair droid or something like astromech. But that's what that one does. And there'll also be stuff like upgrades we can add, purchasable upgrades we can add to that. It's basically giving another reason for map control and allowing us to do more stuff within the ground battles, with taking away some of the busy work from other stuff. And because like once you have 10 pop cap, there's not really a reason to get other landing zones. And it can sometimes be hard to overcome the amount of garrisons that stuff has. But by adding this kind of thing, it allows a bit of a back and forth between the attacker and defender. So if you are the defender, then rushing to take the reinforcement points doesn't just give you an advantage or like stop the attacker from being able to land in a specific place. It stops the or it gives you the opportunity for more units. So right now it's a bit expensive because it's just the basic bunker cost. It'll probably be closer to like 300 credits, and I might adjust that for myself throughout the playthrough. But we are going to get the basic military field base. This one gives 2 squads of B1s, 2 droideka, or a squad of B1s, 2 droideka, and a B2 squad. But it's just something to help give a bit more back and forth without adding too much busy work. Remove some of the production need for infantry on the Galactic level, which also helps with the Galactic lag. Because like it's not really a huge economic management thing for ground units on the Galactic map. It tends to be more of busy work. And we do want to keep some component of, like, the major component of that is staying. It's just for some extra support in the battles, you can now get these. And it does allow for there to be some maps or some planets, even if it's just like a story mission thing, where we can expand on that a bit more and have more of a skirmish mode within the Galactic Conquests. So that should help Galactic Conquest land battles feel a little bit better, give them their own strengths rather than trying to mimic space on ground. Because we've generally felt like if you just throw the same mechanics in the same ways as space, like trying to just get the mash of ground and space, or a mass of ground units going against each other, you're not going to get the same effect, the same things that make space cool. We'd rather try to lean into the things that make like other RTS, which are usually based on ground, give some of those strengths to Empire at War that it doesn't have by default. And especially when like you're producing units on the Galactic map, sometimes it's like, okay, well, I have a couple of these commandos, but then I just got nuked by artillery, and now I just don't get to play this battle anymore because artillery just took them all out. So now I have to retreat because there's this part of the map that requires me to do stuff with infantry, but I can't do that anymore. And it should be more punishing to like lose your units improperly, but by conquering the right parts of the map, by building the right field bases, you're able to sometimes come back from some of that. And in the same way, like garrisons can let you do that. It adds a bit more symmetry between attacker and defender, and allows us to use some other tools a better way as well. So again, this is the kind of thing that we are slowly working towards. It's not always going to be exactly in the form that I'm showing, but it's just oh shit. It's just stuff that should help with the long-term plans for making ground battles feel better. Get out of there. Do we have any repair? We do. Alright. It might be a bit strong right now. Yeah, the repair is going a bit fast, so that's going to be nerfed a bit. Because it's about a third of what the repair pads do, but that's quite a bit, so... It'll also allow us to branch out a bit in how build pads are used, because certain functions that are currently done through build pads will instead be done through these kind of bunker pads. Shit. They took that one. Right now it's only coded for the CIS, so the Republic isn't actually about to get them. Or isn't about to get that one. The Republic is about to get them coded. But they're not going to be able to build one against me down there. Because there's kind of two ways you can try to do ground battle improvements. You can either just make them so fast that like they stay bad, but no one really notices they're as bad because they're just over super quickly. And we want to have like, we don't want to draw them out. We want them to be more focused, but also have more of a potential for dynamic elements. But if you're just going to try to like rush them and mash the units together, then you may as well just cut them out entirely. So that's not really something we want to do. Alright, let's see if we can grab ourselves the victory point.
Base is under attack.
I've got my approach vector.
We've secured a build pad.
And this is also going to be part of how we handle indigenous forces as well. So rather than have to deal with the basic like houses that then spawn the civilians, it'll be something that's either tied to influence on the galactic level in some cases, or tied to certain elements of map control. So it'll be, on the one hand, easier for us to handle between different mods, where like these Mon Calamari should be on the New Republic side and Thrawn's Revenge the Empire side and Fall of the Republic. But obviously we're playing Fall of the Republic and they're on the CIS side right now because it kind of has to match both. But that'll kind of be the direction we take that in. Aside from a few elements of like modifiers on projectiles, which is kind of the similar thing that Phoenix Rising has done in some cases in AOTR with their suppression system. We're going to be doing some of that, some unit abilities, but we're pretty happy with the overall balance of units between each other. It's just the scope and the flow of land battles is kind of what we're working on now. There we go. We got Mon Calamari. Let's build that. We don't need to worry about defenses on it, I don't think. So we won't do too much with that. There's actually some other stuff we're planning to do with galactic level resources. That'll bring up some elements of planet management and make it a bit more important where you choose to attack and when you choose to attack. But that'll probably happen after 0.7's release and 2.3.6's. So we'll see how that stuff ends up going. But we might want to also get Forost into a shipyard. Let's move you up there. Let's build R748. The Techno Union is developing a new set of battlecruisers for some time. With the Confederacy's investment in this project at Forost and new vessels at your disposal, the war will quickly turn in our favor. But they're coming at Barlock and Bimisari. Bimisari's over here. Barlock? I don't remember where Barlock is. So it must not be important. Ooh. Sereno with Grievous. Should probably send Grievous after Orcestus. Tiburon as well. Eh. Oh, Barlock's near the core, right. Bimisari. They have a bunch of Venators. I don't think we can't really do much damage, but we're going to give it a shot. Okay. Let's move back a bit. I don't really like the way the nebulas get rendered in the game. It's very difficult to make that look better. Might just be too strong? I don't know. Maybe we can kill the Architens. Okay, let's try to do that while it's coming up ahead. Well, you are too close. That's a good. We're off to a good start.
Sending encrypted orders now. Gear up. Hold your ground, layer gun. Missile droid reporting. Lining up.
All right. Let's go for the hard sell, or for the Republic with the hard sell. And we're going to use our full salvo ability there. If they focus on the fighters, because AI is smart, we might be able to do enough damage with the Munificent.
Space station under attack.
Actually, I think we can get this. We got it. I think, maybe. We can at least kill the Venator. Maybe. Nope, we can't. Rip. That sucks. I mean, I didn't really expect to be able to, but... So yeah, the explosions are another thing where I'm still kind of working through the particle setup for it. So that'll be something that probably changes over the next few weeks and months a bit more. We have a lot of 3D modelers that are active right now, but we have very few active texture artists. So that's kind of been a bottleneck where like me and Bob and Inertial a little bit have been trying to handle all the models that we ourselves make, but also Sertzel, Terrible, some that Davis made. So we're kind of in a backlog of models, but we have so much just extra shit that is done right now, where it was kind of like it was stuff that we thought would take, or I thought personally would take us the better part of the year or longer to finish to get through, and we're done that and more before before summer, and everyone being kind of stuck inside has helped with that. But we'll see. Let's get Grievous in. So if there's actually anyone out there who is proficient in any way with Substance Painter and looking for something to do, then give us a shout. Join the Discord link in the description and send me a private message. Or if you just want to talk about the mod with people, Discord link in the description. I've been trying to play with the Stargrounds a bit, or the Nebula a bit. So I haven't touched the basic star setup. It's still much lower res than I'd like. But we're going to have to leave Tibrin here. But yeah, so space environment art is going to be another focus where I want to redo the both the projectiles we started redoing, but other particles like explosions, the star grounds, that kind of stuff. So a lot of texture work is going to be the focus. Right, oh, that's not going to be good. So I think the area around Raxus, like Mon Calamari, Pamont, that whole area is where we're going to want to defend the most. Group things up the most.
Choose your reinforcements.
So yeah, we'll leave Cestus. It's not going to do anything to us. It's going to be kind of risky to take this stuff.
Republic resistance does not concur with my calculations. All forces withdraw.
Local independent forces, not worth the trouble right now. But Tool is worth the trouble right now. Okay, we're gonna have to combine some stuff. Right, move you over there. Unleash the Bulwark Fleet, we're gonna do that later. Move you over there. Move you over there, because we're just gonna go for Thule. This is kind of overkill for what they actually have, and then we're gonna try to take Namcorios, Belderone, and Osis. Which does mean, Mintuine, you are going to build us Party Starter, Deception, Void Dragon, Chain Heart. Hold on. I think there may be some doubled up names, so I'm going to have to take a look at the names between episodes. It might be just double entries in the text thing, so I'm going to get that fixed for next episode. But my apologies if anyone's name got overwritten there. I'm not 100% sure that's what's going on, but these sound like the Empire GC ones in some cases and the CIS GC ones in other cases. So that's just easy fix, but not ideal. Along with adding any other that I've missed. It's complete as of when this episode's being recorded, but if there's any more requested, then those will be added for the next episode. Alright. We've got TF and we've got Trench. Cusant, Lost Dragon.
Ambush successful. Preventing us from
Wrecked Cusant.
nothing to fight. Let's go.
Alright, so and with the Providence model updates, the Dreadnought and the Carrier/Destroyer model is actually going to be different. So I really hope I'll be able to get that texture done during the playthrough, but like that's kind of what I was talking about, where All the shipyard models are done. And a lot of this is just Ostertzel doing like a model every other day. I've kind of had to put the Executor on hold while I try to do some of these textures.
Our chances of winning this war just increased by 0.03%.
Retreat aborted.
All right. And this should be an easy one, especially because we have Sora here.
I'll be there.
Sora's voice obviously not changed yet. But Honest is working his way through all the remaining stuff for Fall of the Republic and also getting started on some Thrawn's Revenge stuff. So,
Construction complete.
Engagement commencing.
all right, let's go. And I'm probably going to try the Gorilla base first this time. That's going to be the one that requires the most changes. Did it not spawn on this one? It looks like it didn't.
Choose your reinforcements.
It's going to be a bit finicky while we figure out some of the scripted stuff. Because it is a Lua script that spawns the objects around it.
I'm here.
Because we're lazy and didn't manually place it. Once we're done the testing for it, we might manually place the objects. Because that'll also give us more control over if we want to do like unique or special ones on different planets. But since it was something we're still in the process of testing it and seeing how it works out for everything. But
Commander Skywalker.
we're pretty confident it's a positive addition. If it isn't, then we won't use it. But just in case.
Awaiting your signal.
Unit destroyed.
Kill it. Kill it.
Unit
Kill it. Kill it. Okay, thank you.
What's the mission?
Yeah, with any features like this, especially when they're still in testing,
Skywalker reporting.
they're never final until they're actually released. And they're always going to be subject to modification, but
Yes.
we have no qualms with trying something out if it doesn't work, just getting rid of it.
unit destroyed.
I'm with you. May the Force be with me. Stay close to me.
Alright, Sora and the Droideka. Sounds like a shitty band.
Let me help you.
I'm trying to lure
I understand.
the ATTE in. They only have 2 structures, so they won't have much in the way of garrisons. But ideally, we can still save some effort.
Commander Skywalker reporting.
Maximum unit capacity.
Where do you need me?
Right, if we need to use a bombing run on it, then we have to use a bombing run on it.
Copy. I'm on it. What's the
Epic.
mission? Skywalker
I
reporting.
wouldn't say we're off to a great start in this playthrough, but
Understood.
we're off to a start.
Going. Transmit the order. I'm attacking. I copy. As easy as bullseyeing womp rats. Yes.
Force is a Jedi.
I am a Jedi.
Bombing run available.
Alright,
You'll find
Sora.
full of surprises.
Nope, maybe Sora, don't do that.
On my way. Stay close to me. Don't underestimate me. Your
Our base
overconfidence
is
is your
under
weakness.
attack.
Bomber squadron reporting. Initiate.
But that's probably actually worth it.
I'm here.
This is a small enough map that we can hit. Alright, let's see if it actually happened to everything. Or if it's just that pad.
We've secured
Because it had no area. And it might even be the kind of thing that we put in a few places that you can capture just around the map instead of just being in the landing zones. But it is going to be primarily a landing zone thing. God, even just having the extra B2s would have been helpful here.
As easy as bullseyeing womp rats. Skywalker here. Last mistake they'll ever make.
Alright, yeah, it spawned on the other one, so...
There they are. I'll get them. Commander Skywalker.
Alright,
reporting.
Sora, we're going to go for this one.
Be right there.
Unit destroyed.
Oh shit, we're stuck.
Sensor node has been sold.
Alright, we're going to get that repair pad, which again, may or may not stay with the other changes. Alright, here we go. Sora, you're a Jedi, you can do this.
What's the mission?
Construction complete.
Here we go. We do need to change the color of those things. The underlays.
Bombardment available.
Got it. I'll help any way I can.
Because obviously orange is not the CIS color.
Got it. Transmit the order. I see it. Be right there.
Alright. And so even stuff like the sensor array buildings might be like a sensor outpost you build on these instead of being like a regular capturable structure somewhere else. And we'll see how like those kind of changes work. It's all going to be like there's a lot of options that it opens up for us.
Under construction. Yes. Heading there now. I'm with you.
Don't blow up my shit.
Contested.
Stay close to me. I'm on them.
Sensor node
Get that
constructed.
sensor.
Let me help you.
Construction complete.
All right, we got some reinforcements. We lost all those droideka, so this is helpful.
Bombing run available.
And especially with, so the main use of the modifiers on stuff,
Skywalker reporting.
on like projectiles, will probably be on anti-infantry units. So like ATSTs would have it so that they slow down the firing rate of infantry they're firing at. And with that, we're going to consider putting, like remixing the Plex soldiers and the regular soldiers, because the main reason we split them up was because since there was rocket troops in the regular infantry squads, they would just absolutely wreck anti-infantry units, no matter what their recharge rate was, like their base one. But if we make it reasonable and then with the company size especially, give the anti-infantry units the ability to kind of pin down infantry that way, then it makes it a bit easier to have them be useful while having anti-infantry units also being useful.
We've lost a build pad.
I'm with you. Stay close to me.
Ready for orders.
All right.
I'm here.
Computers locked on target.
Now where are...
Let me help
We've
you.
secured a
How
build
can I
pad.
help you? I'll be there.
Okay, they're leaving.
System control achieved.
All right, I think that's going to do it for our first episode today. Hope you guys have enjoyed this episode and are looking forward to the rest of the series, and also hope you are enjoying the look at what's coming in both. This is something that's going to be in both Thrawn's Revenge and in Fall of the Republic. Most mechanics that you see are going to be kind of like that. So thanks for watching, and hope to see you next time. Bye, everyone.